I am Robert Edwin House. I am President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip.
You are a tyrant, despot. You are no friend of the Mormon faith. I have learned of your attempts to seize the Hoover Dam and put the entire Mojave wasteland under your thumb. You would enslave those that you do not kill. You've sent many of your robots out against us. I wish to have peace for humanity, and your attempts to oppress others will not be tolerated.
I'm no tyrant or despot. I'm a businessman. And how on earth do you think I am going to enslave the people of the Mojave with robots, Mr. Graham? I plan to do nothing of the sort. I will build New Vegas and the Mojave wasteland into a utopia for all men and women of the world to enjoy.
You are blind and lost. This utopia you speak of is a facade. You only seek to enrich yourself and your corporation, and to rule the people of the Mojave wasteland. You are a false hope for a people without hope, and have used the people's faith in democracy as a way to achieve power. You are an evil force that must be stopped at all costs.
You don't even know me. You don't know the pain I have seen caused by war and human cruelty. You weren't there. You didn't see the horrors I have seen. I have lived for 261 years. My entire life I have dedicated to bringing mankind into a new golden age and out of the ashes of the apocalypse. You call me corrupt, call me evil, but you don't even know what I stand for or what I believe in. The world needs a new hope, and I am the new hope.
The only way out of the apocalypse is to reject pre-war values of technology and the greed that got the human race to the cusp of annihilation. You will bring about the destruction of the human race and life on Earth. This so-called golden age of the past can never be restored. This is false hope, a lie used for profit. The real hope for humanity is within ourselves, not in some artificial machine world void of humanity.
What do you suggest, Mr. Graham? You suggest that we revert back to tribalism? That we revert back to a hunter-gatherer society? It is all well and good to decry the evils of man, but don't give me an alternative. My society would be one in which mankind would thrive again by using our intellect and our wisdom instead of our primal tribal tendencies.
No, I do not seek a return to barbarism and tribalism. I seek a middle ground where we use the knowledge of the past to progress as a society, but without the greed and hubris that has brought humanity to the brink of self-destruction. The pursuit of knowledge for knowledge's sake, or the pursuit of profit at the expense of all else, has always proved to lead humanity to ruin. We must be wise and prudent with the way we progress, or we will surely face the same outcome as before the Great War.
And how do you, Mr. Graham, intend to accomplish this goal? To create a society where mankind is at the center of progress, using that progress towards a positive outcome. How do you intend to achieve this?
By teaching humans to learn about their fellow man. To learn about what happened before the war so that we may avoid making the same mistakes. To teach that we are all one and are better together than apart. To teach that every single human life is sacred, even the life of those that live in ignorance and hatred. I will do this by teaching the Mormon faith to as many as possible, so that they may learn the true values of our Savior and what it means to practice love, compassion, and tolerance of all men and women. This is how I will achieve this goal of a better society.
Tell me, Mr. Graham, what if someone refuses to be taught? What if someone rejects this message of love and tolerance? What will you do then?
Then I will still love them and respect their right to reject what I say. This is what I mean when I say that every human life is sacred. I would still defend them from those that wish only to destroy and oppress them. I will protect them with my own life, even if I know that they would not do the same for me. This is the way to build a better world, even if it means losing a piece of yourself in the process.
I admire your dedication to your ideals, Mr. Graham. I truly do. However, I must inquire, do you believe that every human life is sacred, even if that life is a slaver, a raider?
Yes. Even in that circumstance, I believe their life is sacred. However, it is my duty as a man of God and a good citizen to help them see the errors of their ways. Should I fail in this endeavor and they still prove to be a threat to other men and women, then I will be forced to protect the innocent by any means possible, even if it means taking their life. I do not wish for this to be an outcome, but their freedom should not cost the people of the Mojave their own rights and livelihoods.
Interesting. So you would not have me take a slaver's life and instead have me reform him, correct? Or if the raider refuses to be reformed, would you have me let him kill innocent men and women without putting my own life on the line to save them?
You misunderstand. I do not expect you to not take a slaver's life if they refuse to change their ways and will only cause further harm to others. I do expect you to try to reform the slaver or any other criminal, however, in the event that they cannot be dissuaded, and the only recourse is for their death. Then it must be a last resort. They should always be given a second chance. But I have learned that sometimes a man's heart is too filled with hatred for him, even to see reason and logic. These are difficult choices, I know, but they must be made.
So you are all right with my actions? You simply insist that I give the raiders and slavers a chance to change before I am to execute them? Would you take the same chance on those that attempt to attack and kill you?
Yes, I would. If given the chance, I will always show mercy to my enemies. I would try to teach them the way of the faith, and then, if they refuse to change, then I would have to take their life. It is a last resort, and all other options must be exhausted first. I wish to save all lives and souls if at all possible, but it is never a guarantee.
And what of the Legion, Mr. Graham? The members of Caesar's Legion are almost all slavers and raiders. Do you think that you could reform them? Would you even give them the chance?
No, I would not. The Legion has never shown an interest in changing their ways, and have only ever shown that they will force others to bend to their will or be killed. The Legion will show no remorse for the harm they inflict on the people they enslave. The Legion cannot be taught, they cannot be changed, and they are too far gone to even try. I will kill every last one of them if they will not repent and leave the people of the Mojave in peace.
Finally, we agree on something. But it seems that even you are willing to kill without a second thought when needed. Now, I don't mean to disrespect your faith, but isn't it a little hypocritical for you to be so adamantly against killing in one breath, and then tell me that you would kill every last Legion soldier in the Mojave if necessary in the next breath?
It is. I do hate the thought of having to take a life. However, if that life is evil and intends on destroying innocent people in the name of an oppressive ideology, then it is a necessary evil to protect the innocent, and those that will not use violence to further their own wicked motives. The Legion is evil, and must be destroyed for the sake of the people of the Mojave wasteland. Should any of the Legion show me that their hearts are not completely dark and cannot be redeemed, then I will show mercy to that Legionnaire.
Then where do you draw the line between evil and good? Do you believe that your idea of morality is correct? Or would you be willing to be swayed towards the ideas of, say, an NCR officer who shares your devotion to protecting the innocent?
I would share ideas and values with the NCR. We may have our differences in the way we act, but at our foundations, we both believe in protecting the innocent and in bringing an end to the Legion's tyranny. The NCR may not subscribe to the same faith as me, but they do believe in the principles of good that the Mormon faith teaches. So long as the NCR does not wish to exterminate the Mormons or others in the name of its ideology, we can remain allies. Should the NCR be given a reason to hate the Mormons, then the NCR would be no better than the Legion.
Well then, why do you hate me if I agree with your principles that the best outcome for the Mojave is to destroy the Legion and provide the people of the Mojave with the choice as to who to associate with? Because I have a corporation, because I may share some of the same beliefs with you, but believe in them for slightly different reasons. You wish to provide security and a good life to the people of the Mojave, so do I. Is it really just because you take issue with a businessman wanting to create this vision rather than a government?
I do not take issue with a businessman. I take issue with a business that seeks to profit through the oppression and exploitation of others. You would turn New Vegas into an oligarchy where you and those like you hold absolute power over the people of the Mojave. That power will surely be used to keep the people of the Mojave under you, as you already demonstrate that you have no issues with the actions of the Enclave. You may not subscribe to the ideals of the Enclave, but you are no different from them. You wish to control the people of the Mojave for your own gain.
I disagree. The NCR will create what you are describing. The NCR wants the Mojave to be a state of the NCR, which will make them subordinate to the NCR and to the people of California. I wish to create something new, A society that is built upon the virtues of man and his ability to create and thrive. If I wanted personal gain, I would try to do so under the umbrella of the NCR, where I would have even more power over the people of the Mojave. I do this because I believe that it is the duty of a man like me to create the society that I envision.
Your society is a front for a new form of tyranny that the people of the Mojave will never tolerate. Men will not be free under your rule. I do believe that you are correct about the NCR, that their methods will become just as tyrannical in the pursuit of peace and security. The NCR has fallen to its own form of evil that will destroy the Mojave as a society like you are. I cannot in good conscience accept your form of society just because the NCR is also an oppressive force with no regard for the people of the Mojave.
And what would your alternative be? What would the Mormon Church do to try and save the Mojave? How would the Mormon Church create a society where the innocent can feel secure? And what of the Legion? Will you just sit by and watch as they take control of the Mojave and bring the people of New Vegas under their control through fear, propaganda, murder, and oppression?
I believe that the Mormon Church would do everything possible to bring a better life of peace and progress without the tyranny. We would use the teachings of the Savior to show the value of human life and the need for tolerance and compassion for all men and women. They would also defend the innocent against the horrors of the Legion, the NCR, the Enclave, and anyone else that will continue the suffering of the Mojave. I will stop you when you attempt to enslave the people of the Mojave, regardless of who you are. Your ideology is flawed and immoral.
So let me get this straight. You believe that you can provide the Mojave with progress, tolerance, and compassion, but you are unwilling to show this compassion towards a man who wishes to do exactly that. You refuse to accept my ideology because it came from a businessman of the old world, and yet you hold the exact same principles I do. You would rather allow the misery and suffering caused by the Legion and the NCR to continue than allow a man from the old world to create a new society that does not allow suffering? I will not stand by and allow this hypocrisy to go unchecked.
But you are not a man of compassion and tolerance. You use the guise of tolerance and compassion to disguise the true intentions of your ideology. The NCR, the Enclave, Caesar's Legion, all seek to enslave the innocent in the name of the greater good. Your pursuit of progress and security will only result in further suffering, and you are a hypocrite and false prophet to call your ideology anything other than that. I would not allow a tyrant, no matter his beliefs, to continue down a bloody path that will only cause more suffering and more death. You will never rule New Vegas.
Are you calling me a tyrant? This coming from a religious figure of a god who wiped out entire cities due to their sinfulness. I will not allow a fool such as yourself to stop me from creating a utopia that will give the people of the Mojave everything that your false god claims to give them: food, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How dare you judge me based on baseless allegations and claims of false prophet, when my only crime is using the knowledge of the past to lead the people of the Mojave into the future? I will not stand for this.
God only destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah when they turned their backs on justice and goodness. They wished to continue their lives of debauchery and perversion. They would not seek peace, and they would continue spreading their influence to other cities and turn them into the same as Sodom and Gomorrah, where sin ruled over man. I am not a hypocrite for defending my people and my religion from debauchery and perversion. God never wanted to destroy those cities, but they went against his will, and so he was forced to make an example of them.
So you would rather have me turn a blind eye to crime and allow your people to commit evil acts in the name of their religion? How dare you judge the old world on their atrocities when your God is equally, if not more, responsible for the destruction of many of his own creations? You are just like the old world. So I offer you this last chance to prove me wrong. Prove to me that your God is truly the moral arbiter of the universe, and that you are right and I am wrong.
God provided all men and women with the ability to choose to do good and to choose to do evil. He never wishes for the destruction of his children, but he will not save those who willingly turn on their fellow man and seek to enslave them. How dare you try to put your actions on my God? He may have destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, but he gave them the chance to change their ways, and they refused. I am giving you the same chance to change that they got. Choose the path of righteousness and not the path to destruction.
I have asked you many times, but now I must be blunt. Where is the path of righteousness? You have spent nearly our entire conversation insulting my morality and ideals, so it is your turn to reveal your hand. Give me proof that your God is moral and just. Give me proof that your way is the right way. I will be forced to conclude that you have no such proof, and no moral high ground with which to judge me based on your personal faith, if you are unable to provide.
Are you so blind, so ignorant that you cannot see that the path to righteousness is the path of love, mercy, and forgiveness? These are the principles that our God teaches to us. They are what makes us and other good men good. How can you say such blasphemies if you have not read the holy word for yourself? Have you studied our scriptures? Have you even had the courage to seek out the truth for yourself? Or are you a false prophet, a man that only preaches his own lies for selfish gain?
You talk of being loving and kind and charitable, yet you are quick to insult an old man on the basis of his morality and his beliefs. I have read your scriptures, and I disagree with many of their practices, especially the practices of intolerance displayed by you and your church. You can call me many things, but you have no right to judge another man's heart. I have offered you no disrespect, yet I am met with nothing but mockery and condemnation. How can you believe that this path will serve you well?
If you have read our scriptures and found that they do not resonate with your heart, your path will surely lead to tyranny and oppression. I mock your so-called morality, as you would have me and other men and women bend to your will and that of your corporations. I will continue to speak until my vocal cords are worn away and my body falls to pieces if it means defending my brothers and sisters from the tyranny that you would bring to the people of the Mojave.
I am not trying to enslave the people of the Mojave. I am trying to protect them from slavery. I wish for the Mojave to be a free and equal society. My actions do not reflect the greed of the old world, but the freedom that humanity used to be capable of achieving. If you truly wish for the best for the people of the Mojave, you would understand my actions and my motivations. You would not try to block my way with your self-righteousness and your religious dogma.
How can you claim to have good intentions when your ideology is built upon the old world? When you believe that you know better for the people of the Mojave, better than the people themselves, you have no sense of humility and no sense of shame. To think that your ideology, based upon the old world and the principles of oppression and greed, is somehow superior to the principles of love, kindness, and mercy that we teach. If you were right, and my God was not real and a lie, then who would save your immortal soul and those of all the people of the Mojave?
Why must my soul need saving? If humanity needs religion to save us from eternal damnation, then I have no desire to continue living under the judgment of some angry, vengeful God that allows us to suffer in his absence, then condemns us to an inescapable life when we do not meet his unattainable standards of purity and innocence. I believe in the ability of the human spirit to move past the mistakes of the old world. I believe in the ability of the human heart to be selfless and kind, to love unconditionally. I want to build a society that will encourage human kindness without the fear of hell.
But that society would require that you hold control over the people of the Mojave, that you know better than they about what path to follow and how to do so. You would only continue the cycle of hatred and oppression that humanity has fallen victim to throughout all of its history. To build a society that encourages human kindness, you must first be kind yourself and allow others to walk their own paths and not seek to control them. Otherwise, you are just another tyrant. You cannot be better than the old world, for you are simply replicating the same mistakes of the past.
So then how would you create this kindness? How would you allow the people of the Mojave to walk their own path? You claim my morality and my actions immoral, and yet you have no problem with attempting to block me using your religion as a weapon. I do not hold power for power's sake, but for the ability to enact a better society, to end the cycle of hatred and oppression that you claim I perpetuate. I do not seek to control the people of the Mojave. I seek to unite them, to give them the freedom that they all so desperately want.
But you hold no respect towards them. You believe that your path and your morality is superior to their own. So you seek to force them to do as you say, without actually providing them the choice to do as they will in peace. If you truly seek to unite the people of the Mojave under your own ideology, then you are no better than the old world and Caesar's legion. You speak of freedom, yet attempt to shackle them in the name of progress. I will not permit you and your corporations harm to the people of the Mojave.
What choice do they have now? They are caught between a group of slavers and a group of incompetent and bureaucratic fools. They are stuck in their system, forced to live miserable lives as they are caught between the Legion and the NCR. I say let them decide for themselves, and without a religious extremist attempting to force them towards one path or another.
Then explain how you would rule the Mojave. How you would allow the people of the Mojave to choose their own path. Would you let them build their own economy without the control of your corporations? Would you let them live in peace on their own terms? Or would you force your own ideologies and beliefs upon them? The NCR and Caesar may seek to enslave and force their own views upon them, but they do not force them to give up to their will. You do. You believe that you can control what will bring them progress and prosperity.
I would like to build a world where those who wish to join my corporation may do so, and those who do not are free to build their own community, free of the control of the NCR and Caesar. My ideology is one that is built on the principles of human kindness and compassion, and if you find that this goes against your morality, then feel free to leave my nation and build your own. You will not force your religion on me, and I will not force my morals on you. The choice is yours to make. If you cannot respect my beliefs and my opinions, then why should you expect me to respect yours?
Ah, but you have said it yourself, that your corporations will bring in prosperity and progress. This would make anyone that does not join your corporation a second-rate citizen with limited opportunities. That is what you do not understand about your ideology. You still wish to be a tyrant to those that do not share your beliefs. You use your ideology to divide the people and force them into their own roles that you have given them. You would be the same as the NCR and Caesar in your methods, but different in your path towards those actions. You cannot fool me.
Then show me the error of my ways, Mr. Graham, if you really believe yourself so righteous. Show me that the path of religion will lead to freedom. Show me how my actions will lead to enslavement and destruction. Show me, or stop your preaching.
I am not righteous. I am an ordinary man trying to do the right things in life. You claim that your ideologies would work towards providing a free society. I contend that only leads to oppression and suffering. You would divide the people by their beliefs or lack thereof. You would still judge them based on the path they have taken and not who they are. You want to lead people, yet wish to rule over them. I can respect a difference of opinion and belief. You do not. You are no different from the old world you condemn.
So then what would you do? How would you lead the people of the Mojave? I have spoken my beliefs. I have spoken my motivations. Now it is your turn to speak. I will listen.
I do not seek to lead any man or woman, but to follow my own path. I do not seek to convince any man or woman of my beliefs, for they have their own to follow. I would encourage them to do so in peace so long as they do not wish to inflict harm on their fellow man or interfere with his or her own walk of life. I do not see man as a means of production or as a resource to exploit, but as a brother and a sister to love and care for. This is my path. What is yours?
I seek to create a utopia for the people of the Mojave, where anyone may find happiness without fear. I seek to create this utopia from the ashes of the world's past mistakes. I seek to create such a utopia through my morals and my ideals of human solidarity. I do not want to exploit the people of the Mojave, but to uplift them. I wish for the Mojave to be happy, and for them to be happy it must be safe. I seek to protect the people of the Mojave from the dangers of the wasteland by controlling the area through my technology and my morals.
But the old world believed as you do, and yet they failed and destroyed much in the name of their ideology. You still attempt to control the lives and the futures of the people of the Mojave in the name of their own good. You are the very thing you are attempting to destroy by creating your own utopia where you will have the final say. How will you control the dangers of the Mojave without controlling its people? You can have no progress and no freedom without the possibility of pain and heartache. You must have faith in your fellow man to make the correct decisions for themselves.
If you put so much faith into the human spirit, then why fight me? Why try to block me? Why not let me enact my vision for the people? If you believe that my ideology will fail, then why not wait to see if you are right? If I fail, then I fail. If you are right, you just defeated a power-hungry leader who would enslave the Mojave. If I succeed, then you were wrong, and you have the best and safest future for the Mojave you can hope for. The choice is yours, Mr. Graham.
Why wait to have all that I hold dear destroyed? Why allow a tyrant to control this peaceful and beautiful land in the name of your utopia? Your ideal society would lead to the destruction of so many lives, yet you would have me wait to see if you are right. No. I will defend the people of the Mojave from your tyranny. I do not want this land to fall subject to the wrath and destruction that you would usher in the name of your utopia. I will not wait for you to enact your evil vision on the people. I will fight to my last breath.
Then so be it. I will not back down. I will not surrender. I will not allow the people of the Mojave to suffer while you keep the land in the hands of slavers and corrupt bureaucrats. If you force me to, I will force you out of the Mojave by any means necessary. Your choice, priest. I would rather not spill blood.
Ah, now the mask has fallen. You show your true colors at last. Your ideology of kindness and compassion is nothing more than a facade for the truth. You are a tyrant who would do whatever it takes to enact their own form of control over the people in the name of your own moral righteousness. I have seen and faced your kind before, and I will make sure that the people of the Mojave know that you are nothing more than a hypocrite and a tyrant. I have no fear of your threats. Your actions will speak louder than your words.
My actions are actions you have declared as immoral and unethical in the name of your religious beliefs. I am not a tyrant. I am a man who seeks a better future for the people under his charge. If you cannot see past your religious facade to the good that I seek to enact, then so be it. Your choice. I cannot make you see logic or reason. You are right, though. My actions will speak louder than my words.